How's it going, guys, and welcome back to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I take a look at underused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. And today we are taking a look at the Soleki Protocol. If you'd like to get the Soleki Protocol for yourself, go on a fast travel over to Lectra City on Promethea and make your way over towards this quest marker for the side quest Proof of Wife. Start the quest, break into a prison to murder some chick's girlfriend, and free Naoko Katagawa to get yourself the Soleki Protocol. However, if you've already completed the quest, you can now get the Soleki Protocol from the Iridian Fabricator, Crazy Earl's Veteran Rewards vending machine, and the Diamond Loot Room. The Soleki Protocol is a unique purple-rarity Maliwan sniper rifle, having fixed parts meaning every single roll is identical from one another, which does mean it can only roll in shock damage. However, unlike some quest reward weapons, this can be anointed. Every shot can optionally be charged for up to 1 second to deal more damage, and every projectile will pierce through enemies. And upon impacting a surface, it will ricochet and split into 5 projectiles. The firing modes of the Soleki Protocol are 1.Y and 1.X. When in 1.Y, these projectiles will align themselves vertically with each other, and in 1.X, they will be horizontal from each other. All of the projectiles fired from this weapon deal shock splash damage, and after splitting and traveling a certain distance, the projectiles will explode. The Soleki Protocol has received one buff, being the overall 20% damage buff to sniper rifles. So this is a very weird one. We're gonna have to take it one Vault Hunter at a time, but first let's go over some more generic synergies. While it is kind of difficult to tell during the gameplay just because of how these projectiles look and how they overlap, all of the unlisted projectiles do duplicate with extra projectiles, which means you have a very strong synergy here with the Infernal Wish. On top of that, because the initial projectile will pierce through enemies, and because Eraser works by duplicating the projectile that passes through an enemy's head, so using this gun with Eraser is kind of a ×2 multiplier on top of however many projectiles you're firing, which means between playing dirty and slapping on an Infernal Wish, you could have 3 total projectiles being duped to 6, which means on Ricochet you're getting 30 fucking split projectiles. And I'm giving this as context because it kind of feeds into my thoughts of this gun with Zane. This was my initial first impressions, as I did use it on Zane first, and it kind of felt bad to me. And that's because I was trying to split the projectile at the feet of enemies so that it would ricochet up and hit them with all of them, but when you're playing with Zane, it is significantly better to actually just be shooting for their heads with the main projectile, because you're going to be duplicating all those projectiles, and because they're going to be ricocheting around and exploding, you're going to actually be killing more things off screen than you are the things that you're looking at, which, to be fair, does still make for a very disappointing feeling experience. I wasn't getting any damage from shooting at their feet and ricocheting up into them, so that's when I started just using it as a normal sniper rifle, but even then, while I was killing things easier, it still just felt really fucking lame, until I started paying attention and realizing that things were fucking dying from outside of my vision, especially due to the explosions after that max travel distance. With Zane, you're getting a shit ton of these splits, a shit ton of these explosions. It makes for a lot of AoE, it's just that you're not always seeing the effects of this AoE. But because this is how it's effective with Zane, it kind of makes it RNG based. Well, yes, you can go ahead and min-max for the max amount of projectiles using an Infernal Wish, which I did not do in these clips, so they really aren't even doing justice to the potential of the protocol. But either way, you are still kind of just hoping that it hits something. That's Zane though, because this gun functions entirely differently for every Vault Hunter pretty much. We'll get them out of the way real quick here because I'm sorry to any flak mains, but I really could not get any worthwhile footage with them. I tried this gun over a couple different builds, and I can't say I'm surprised because flak never really thrives too much with these sorts of weapons. But yeah, we'll just take that and put it over here. Now, Amara was just kind of incredibly average with it. It didn't really feel like anything too amazing on her. It would kill, but it didn't kill super effectively. This is honestly more so what I expected out of this weapon across all the other Vault Hunters. It is nice as because it is elemental locked. Of course, Amara kind of gets around elemental locks the most, but overall with her, it worked. It could kill. It was kind of okay with indiscriminate, but overall just nothing too amazing. But of course, seeing as I've saved her for last, I'm sure your brain is going, oh my god, a Moe's moment. And yeah, you put this thing on Moe's and suddenly it's tearing up fucking Guardian Takedown like it's nobody's goddamn business. Multi-pellet, splash damage, it's everything Moe's needs to abuse her bullshit and short fuse. And somehow I'm still surprised. She can't keep getting away with it! Now unlike Zane, Moe's does want to use this the way that I kind of anticipated it to be used, bouncing it off the ground and ricocheting all those projectiles into enemies. When she does this, she splits their fucking molecules apart and they just evaporate. It's genuinely insane how many identities the Soleki Protocol seems to have. Completely unusable on Flak, whatever on Amara. Zane can make this thing split into 30 projectiles that ricochet around and just has a massive AoE, and Moe's makes it a devastating single target killing machine. I really like this weapon. I think it's really cool. I wish it was a little bit more consistently good across all the Vault Hunters, but I just think it's such a cool idea and it has very unique synergies. On top of just the weapon switch being a change in the projectile orientation, that's really unique and really fun and pretty damn useful for different enemy types. Of course, Y is great against humanoid and X is fantastic against loaders or necrobugs. Just anything that got a dump truck ass, I guess. I can't really say that this gun is overall bad though, because it's not. Across the board, it is actually very strong and has the potential to be insanely good. It's just that it's not equal across every Vault Hunter. That is gonna about do it for this one though, fellas. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all of that. I will be live right after this video goes up, right here on YouTube, but also over on my Twitch, where there will be a link to down in the description below, and just under that is a link to my Discord server where you can come and join and hang out. But with that all being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.